the position of trust and authority, and the victim in this case has waited far too many years for this day of justice. And the victim said, "Today, justice has been finally served. The man who manipulated, groomed, and abused me as a 12-year-old innocent girl is going to be behind bars. My hope is that many victims hear my story and can help lift the shame and allow them to speak up. I hope that the law continues to change and that new ones are written so children and victims' rights are better protected. I hope that people understand the only way to stop sexual abuse for children or for vulnerable women is to speak up when it happens or is suspected. Today, I leave the courtroom not as a victim, but as a survivor." And Morris is not just the only suspected megachurch. I mean, if you Google, you're going to find dozens of them. And half of them are well known to being Trump supporters, people who have given spiritual advice. These are the kind of people and environments I'm talking about. I mean, you look at John MacArthur, who died, I think, was it August? He was a spiritual advisor to people like Trump, as well as Dr. James Dobson. Dr. James Dobson believed in beating your own children. And John MacArthur, he believed in shaming a woman for publicly leaving her physically and emotionally abusive husband, who later was convicted of the same thing that Morris was convicted of, and now they're all registered offenders. And John MacArthur spoke out during one of his church services, basically swearing at her that she was a bad woman and she was not obeying God. I don't know where in the Bible it says a woman's supposed to return to your pedophile husband, but I'm sure there's a passage he can create somehow. This is the kind of environment I'm talking about. When you're in an institution that is 99% of the time white, cis, heterosexual, patriarchal, you are going to have these problems. And don't get me wrong, these kind of behaviors and terrible people are in every group, even non-straight groups, even though that percentage is so much smaller than the straight crowd. Predators are everywhere, but they seem to really like sitting in church pews. And some people, hopefully almost all people will agree, there's one in the White House. Because anyone who touches a woman without consent is no better than these people. The problem is that these issues are never, at least not consistently, addressed. These predators get moved around, they get fired, but they never seem to want to call the police. I mean, if a church heard rumors about something and started investigating, and once they got enough evidence or an eyewitness or somebody gave, evidence that can't be dismissed or ignored, that person should immediately be escorted off the property and fired. If it can't be proved, then the person needs to be suspended and their job needs to be put on hold. Because people are innocent until proven guilty, even though it's usually the victim that's guilty before innocent. When the church does not consistently confront, fire, admonish, and then cast out these kind of people, I personally believe that enablers of abuse are much worse than the abusers. Most abusers wouldn't dare do what they do if they didn't have a built-in friends, family, supporters that would protect them until their dying breath. We saw that with Diddy. I mean, he had a whole network of people that would hide, lie,